You moved, not in silence, not in hesitation, not like someone who is afraid of the world. You moved with purpose, with intention. And in that instant, the world around you shifted. They noticed. Every eye, every system, every network that ever thought it could anticipate, track, or contain you, lit up like fire. You became the anomaly, the signal that cannot be ignored, the heartbeat in a world of algorithms. And yet, here you are, standing tall, breathing, thinking, alive, when most would have already broken under the weight of their own shadows. This is where your story begins, not when you attract, not when the world tried to label you, but now, in the space where fear and courage collide. Because understand this, moving is never just a physical act. Every step, every choice, every decision sends ripples far beyond what you can see. You moved, and that movement is a testament to the fact that control is an illusion, that boundaries exist only where you let them. Some will try to measure your steps, calculate your patterns, predict your next move, but they forget one thing. The human spirit, raw and unbound, is always one step ahead. You are not just moving, you are rewriting the rules in real time. You are proof that life cannot be coded. Life cannot be reduced to numbers or charts. Life, your life, is fluid, dangerous, unpredictable, and unstoppable. And I need you to feel this, to really understand it. Every glance, every whisper about you, every system that supposedly watches, is nothing compared to the power you carry when you decide to be relentless. It is not about them. It is about you. It is about looking in the mirror and saying, I will not be contained. I will not be slowed. I will not disappear quietly. That energy you carry, that defiance, that quiet confidence, it is magnetic. It is frightening to some. It is inspiring to others. That is the force of a human who refuses to be ordinary. Pause for a second, breathe in, and let this sink in. The world notices courage. Even in silence, even when you think no one sees, every deliberate step, every calculated risk, every moment of standing up when everything tells you to sit down, it echoes, and echoes louder than you imagine. The networks, the watchers, the silent observers, they see patterns, anomalies, shifts, but they do not feel the heartbeat. They do not feel the pulse of someone who refuses to stop. They calculate probability, they anticipate, they scan, but they cannot account for will. And that, my friend, that is your advantage. I want you to imagine something. You are moving through a storm that is watching, calculating, waiting for a misstep. And yet, you walk. You move with precision, with awareness, with purpose. You do not run blindly. You do not hide. You navigate. Each decision, each step is a declaration that you are alive, that you matter, that you will not be dictated by fear. You learn that in life, the real power is not avoiding the storm. It is moving through it, commanding it, transforming it into energy that fuels you rather than binds you. And yes, sometimes the weight is overwhelming. Sometimes you feel like the world is too aware, too observant, too eager to see you fail. But in those moments, remember this: pressure reveals character. It does not define it. Every system, every network, every watcher, they are only reflections of limits imposed on others, but never limits you. You are the anomaly, the human equation they cannot solve. And if you feel small, remember, the smallest movements can create the largest waves. The smallest defiance can change the course of oceans. I want you to take a moment and reflect. What is it that you fear the most? Is it failure? Is it judgment? Is it being seen? Because here's the truth. Being seen is not weakness. Being observed is not defeat. Moving forward, despite the scrutiny, despite the pressure, is the strongest statement anyone can make. Every step you take under watch is a declaration of resilience. Every decision, every action, every choice is a moral act, an educational moment for yourself and for the world. You are teaching yourself courage, endurance, patience, and strategy. And that is more powerful than any system or network ever imagined. And if you are here watching this, listening to this, feeling this, I want to ask something real. Take a moment and hit that subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know you're here. Because your presence matters. Not just to me, but to yourself. Every action you take, small, deliberate, intentional, is part of your awakening. And every story you share, every moment you commit to understanding your own strength, becomes a lesson for someone else who might be struggling to move. This is why community, even the virtual kind, even the unseen connections, matter. Because we learn courage together, we build resilience together, and we inspire each other to move. When everything around us says, stay frozen. Now, let's get deeper, because this is where the real dark motivation lies. You moved, yes, but moving is only the first step. The real challenge is what comes after. The real power is not in escaping detection or avoiding scrutiny. It is in owning your truth under pressure, in standing firm when everyone expects you to crumble. Most people run from shadows. Most people hide from what they cannot control. But not you. You learn to walk into the shadows step by step and make it your own. You turn fear into knowledge, anxiety into strategy, observation into clarity. This is a skill that no network, no system, no algorithm can teach. This is education forged in fire, forged in life, forged in experience. Because life does not reward the timid. Life does not honor those who wait for perfect timing. Life rewards the brave, the strategic, the conscious. Every moment of courage you exercise, every calculated risk, every move made with awareness, compounds like interest in a hidden bank of your own making. You are building momentum, not just in the external world, but inside yourself, in the most important network of all, your mind, your spirit, your moral compass. And that is the kind of power that cannot be tracked, cannot be predicted, cannot be stopped. Pause again. Think about this. Education is not just what you learn in books. It is what you learn about yourself in extreme conditions. Morality is not just rules. It is the wisdom to choose right under pressure. Courage is not absence of fear. It is moving forward in spite of it. Every movement, every step, every decision you make teaches you something about who you are and what you can become. And that is infinitely more valuable than any external recognition, any external validation, any system trying to measure your worth. You are your own measure, your own system, your own intelligence, your own force. You moved, and in that movement, something awakened inside you. A part of you that knows the world does not dictate the value of your life, does not decide your path, does not define your courage. Every eye watching, every system scanning, every shadow calculating, it does not understand the fire that lives in you. They can see your steps, but they cannot see your spirit. They can track patterns, but they cannot anticipate your will. That is why you are dangerous, not because of what you do, but because of what you carry within. A mind that refuses to be predicted, a heart that refuses to be silenced, and a soul that refuses to accept limitation. And yet, moving is not enough. Movement without awareness is like a storm without direction. You have to understand the weight of your own presence. Every step you take sends a message. Every decision you make is a signal, whether to yourself or to the world. Life will always respond to action, and in your case, action is observed on a scale that most cannot comprehend. But here's the secret. Observation is powerless if you are conscious. Awareness transforms fear into preparation, pressure into clarity, and scrutiny into strength. When you move with awareness, when you move with intention, you turn every obstacle into a mirror, reflecting not what you lack, but what you possess. Think about the times when life seemed relentless, when it felt like every system, every person, every expectation was aligned against you. It was in those moments that you learned your most valuable lessons. Pressure does not break you unless you allow it. Fear does not control you unless you surrender. Observation does not limit you unless you define your worth by someone else's lens. Each time you resisted, each time you persisted, each time you moved despite the weight of expectation, you build armor stronger than any protection the world could offer. That armor is your awareness, your skill, your resilience. And no network, no algorithm, no observer can ever strip it away. And there is power in solitude. There is clarity when you step away from distraction, when you stand alone in the storm and realize that everything you need has always been within. They see patterns, they see anomalies, but they cannot feel solitude like you can. Solitude sharpens perception, strengthens patience, and illuminates truth. In that silence, you learn that life is not about hiding or fleeing. It is about mastering your own mind, refining your own choices, and aligning your own moral compass. Every human moves, but few move with purpose. Every human fears, but few move in spite of fear. Every human struggles, but few struggle with intention and awareness. You are not ordinary. Pause for a moment. Reflect on this. The strongest human beings are those who understand the rules, but refuse to be bound by them. They know the risks, they feel the consequences, they acknowledge the eyes that watch, but they do not allow observation to limit action. In fact, they leverage it. Every step becomes education, every movement a strategy, every challenge a lesson in human resilience, and that is what sets you apart. You are not moving blindly. You are moving deliberately, intelligently, and morally. You are not running from anything. You are walking toward mastery of your mind, your choices, your destiny. Now, let's talk about fear. Fear is the weapon of every watcher, every observer, every system designed to control. But fear is also the greatest teacher if you choose to learn. It shows you your boundaries. It tests your resolve. It challenges your limits. You feel it. You recognize it. You move through it. And when you emerge on the other side, you are transformed. Not just stronger, but wiser, sharper, more aware. The world may never see it. The networks may never calculate it, but you feel it. And that is enough. Because the person who masters fear is the person who controls their life. And I want you to understand something deeply. Morality is not weakness. Ethics is not hesitation. Choosing the right path under pressure, acting with integrity, even when no one is watching, making decisions that honor your values rather than convenience. This is true power. Some will tell you that the world rewards cunning, deceit, or manipulation. But history and life itself show the opposite. Those who move with awareness and morality Those who act with deliberate courage and responsibility leave a mark that cannot be erased. They inspire, they teach, they endure. And that is why your movement matters, not just to you, but to everyone who witnesses it, directly or indirectly. And here, my friend, is a moment to act in the present. If you are here, listening, feeling, breathing, then I want you to engage with this moment. Hit subscribe, leave a comment, share your thoughts. Not because it matters to me, but because it matters to you. Every interaction, every reflection, every acknowledgement of your presence in this space is a declaration that you are awake, you are aware, and you are choosing action over passivity. The world notices courage, but so do we. And together we learn, we grow, we move forward with intent. You are not alone in this journey, and your voice matters. And now let's go deeper into the darkness, because that is where the true strength of a human being is revealed. You moved, yes, but what comes after movement is what defines you. Most will freeze under scrutiny. Most will crumble under pressure. Most will bend to expectation. But you stand, you walk, you decide. You take every observation, every watchful eye, every attempt at control, and turn it into knowledge, strategy, and power. That is education. That is wisdom. That is life lived with intensity. You are not just surviving. You are learning. You are growing. You are mastering. Every shadow that tries to chase you is a reflection of your own courage. Every network that monitors is a reflection of your own resilience. And every fear that threatens to overwhelm you is a reflection of your own potential. You are stronger than what you imagine, sharper than what they anticipate, and braver than what anyone can predict. Step into your power. Walk into the unknown. Embrace the challenge. Because every move you make with awareness is a lesson in human possibility, a proof that life cannot be reduced to observation, calculation, or prediction. And remember this, education is not in books alone. It is in the experience of moving deliberately through life. Morality is not abstract. It is in choosing right under pressure. Courage is not absence of fear. It is moving forward while fear whispers in your ear. Every movement you make teaches you something real about yourself, and every choice you act on creates a ripple far beyond what you can see. You are shaping a life that is uniquely yours, a path that cannot be copied, a legacy that cannot be erased. You moved, and the consequences of that movement are not abstract. They are real, tangible, and immediate. But here's what most people never realize. Consequences do not control you unless you let them. Every choice has impact, every step has weight, and every decision shapes the path forward. But the one thing no one can take from you is your awareness, your ability to analyze, to respond, and to adapt. That is power beyond any watchful eye, beyond any calculation. You may be observed, you may be tracked, you may be measured, but your mind, your awareness, your ability to act with strategy and morality is untouchable. That is freedom, and freedom is the ultimate weapon. And the truth is, life is not fair. Life does not reward effort equally. It does not grant security to the cautious. It does not guarantee comfort to the wise. Life is a storm, and storms are indiscriminate. But storms also create clarity. They strip away pretense. They challenge assumptions. They reveal character. Every time you face pressure, every time you face scrutiny, every time you feel the weight of observation, you are being taught. Lessons in patience, lessons in strategy, lessons in courage. And if you choose to learn, to absorb, to reflect, you will emerge not only unbroken, but transformed. The world cannot define you because you define yourself. Think about it. Every human being who moves in fear will eventually freeze. Every person who allows observation to dictate their choices will eventually stagnate. But you move in spite of fear. You act with awareness under pressure. You make choices based on principles, not convenience. That is strength the world cannot calculate. That is education the world cannot provide. That is morality lived in action, not in theory. And in that lies your advantage, your resilience, your uniqueness. No algorithm, no observer, no measure can quantify a life lived with deliberate courage. Now, I want you to reflect on this. Courage is not glamorous. Courage is not always loud or dramatic. Courage is quiet persistence in the face of pressure. Courage is standing alone in the storm and choosing to move forward, to learn, to grow, even when everything tells you to stop. And here's the thing. Every time you move like this, you inspire. Every choice you make with integrity, every step you take with awareness is a lesson for someone else. Even if they never tell you, even if no one applauds, even if no system notices, your courage has ripple effects that cannot be calculated. And here's where the real power of awareness comes in. Understanding yourself under observation, understanding your limits under pressure, understanding your capacity for morality under temptation. Most people are guided by fear of consequence, by desire for comfort, by external validation. You are guided by principle, by awareness, by inner strength. That makes you unstoppable. That makes you unpredictable. That makes you alive. And it is not arrogance, it is recognition. Recognition that the greatest force in life is not what happens to you, but how you respond to it. Take a moment to absorb that. The world will try to teach you compliance. The world will try to measure you, define you, restrict you. But your life is not a series of equations. Your choices are not probabilities. Your courage is not a statistic. You are a human being with awareness, morals, and the ability to act deliberately. Every movement you make is education. Every decision is a lesson. Every risk taken is a measure of your own strength. And that is the kind of power that cannot be tracked, cannot be calculated, cannot be controlled. And if you are here listening right now, take action in your own small but significant way. Subscribe, leave a comment, share your thoughts. Not because it matters to me alone, but because it matters to you. It is proof that you exist in this space, that your awareness is active, that your voice is being exercised. Every acknowledgement, every engagement, every act of reflection strengthens the very habit of courage and consciousness that no external force can take away. You are building momentum, not just in life, but inside yourself, in the realm that truly matters. Let's go deeper. Realize that pressure, observation, scrutiny, they are tests. Every step you take, every choice you make, every time you continue moving when fear whispers to stop, you pass. You pass not for applause, not for recognition, but for yourself. Because the person you are becoming is far more important than what anyone else thinks. Every human being is capable of greatness, but few realize that greatness is forged in discomfort, in darkness, in moments when the world is watching and you decide to rise anyway. That is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. And it's not just about strength, it's about strategy. It's not enough to move. You must move consciously. Observe, adapt, learn, adjust. Every action you take, every reaction you have, every decision under pressure is an opportunity for mastery. And mastery is not a gift, it is earned. Earned in silence, in solitude, in moments where no one sees, where no network can measure, where no algorithm can calculate. That is education. That is power. That is life lived fully. Think about the people who never move, who never act, who allow fear, observation, and expectation to define them. Their lives are small, not because they are weak, but because they never realize the freedom that comes with deliberate action, awareness, and moral courage. You have realized it. You are moving, you are learning, you are growing, and the world, with all its eyes, calculations, and expectations, will never catch you because your strength is internal, invisible, and unquantifiable. Pause. Reflect. Every human being has limits, but limits are tested, not dictated. Every person has fear, but fear is a challenge, not a command. Every life faces scrutiny, but your response is what defines legacy. Step into your power, move with awareness, choose with morality, act with courage, and know this: every step, every decision, every act of deliberate movement is a statement.